In the remote pine forests of northern Oregon, where the trees whisper secrets and the moonlight barely touches the mossy ground, lived a man named Eliot Crane. A quiet soul, Eliot had left city life behind years ago, trading noise for birdsong and pavement for pine needles. His cabin stood miles from the nearest town, tucked beside a gentle stream that mirrored the stars on clear nights. One evening in late spring, Eliot was returning from his usual dusk walk when a distant cry pierced the stillness. It wasn't the sound of an owl or fox, this was desperate, frantic. He followed the echo through the underbrush, heart pounding, until he reached a small clearing just beyond the stream. There, illuminated by moonlight, was a bear cub, no more than a few months old, tangled in a discarded fishing net. The cub thrashed and whimpered, its tiny paws clawing at the air. Nearby, barely visible in the shadows, stood the mother bear. She was pacing, grunting lowly, tugging at the net with her teeth, but the tangled mess only tightened. The confusion and stress had made things worse. Still, she didn't attack or run. She just waited. Eliot froze. He was close enough to feel the tension, to see the fear in the cub's wide eyes. And in that moment, he understood something wordless. The mother didn't want to leave her cub, but she couldn't save it alone. He had no tools. No knife. Nothing to cut with. But he couldn't just walk away. His eyes scanned the forest floor. There, a jagged rock, half buried under some leaves. He grabbed it, testing its edge against his palm. Sharp enough. Slowly, cautiously, he approached the cub. Every step was watched. The mother bear didn't move, but her eyes never left him. Eliot could feel her presence like heat behind him. He whispered softly as he knelt, murmuring calm nothings, more for his own nerves than for the bear. The net was twisted tightly around the cub's legs and torso. Eliot worked carefully, sawing through strand after strand with the rock, trying not to cut the cub's skin. The rock slipped once, grazing his own hand, but he didn't stop. Time felt suspended in that clearing, just the sound of breathing, the scrape of stone, and the pulse of life hanging by a thread. Finally, after what felt like hours, the last strand snapped. The cub whimpered and stumbled forward, dazed but free. Eliot backed away slowly, watching. The mother bear stepped forward. The cub ran to her, collapsing against her side. Then, from the darkness, two more cubs emerged, siblings, hidden until now. The reunited family nuzzled one another, then turned to Eliot. For a few silent seconds, the mother bear met his gaze. It wasn't fear, or anger. It wasn't quite gratitude either, but something deeper, a recognition, an ancient knowing. Then, without a sound, she led her cubs back into the forest, disappearing into the trees like ghosts. Eliot stood in the clearing long after they were gone, the rock still in his hand, his heart echoing the silence they left behind. When he returned to his cabin, the forest seemed different. Not quieter, but more alive. He felt it in the wind, in the trees, in the stars. Something had changed. That he never saw the bears again. But sometimes, late at night, he'd hear distant rustling in the woods and feel the same calm wash over him. That night became more than just a memory. It became a part of him, a reminder that even in the wildest moments, there is trust, there is love, and sometimes, there is magic.
Thank you for watching till the end. Please like and subscribe to support us.